this is Diane from Teach Pre-K, and I am here today to tell you about some of my favorite teacher hacks that I've kind of discovered as I've gone along in my last 12 years teaching. I'll be on my 13th year this year, and a couple of these I think you're really going to like. They make a lot of sense. Okay, I am going to start with something that I have for my teachers and my volunteers, my aides, myself. We have our free centers in our classroom, dramatic play blocks, the sensory area, library, all that stuff. But we have 3 tables where we will usually do teacher centers. One is a math area where I have all my math manipulatives. The other is a literacy area where I have a lot of literacy materials that we use all the time. And the other is like an art / science / cooking kind of center like that. At each one of those areas, so there's 3 areas, has a bucket like this. I have a lot of bright rainbow colors in my classroom, so this really works. I've been a little crazy and actually changed the buckets for the seasons. For a while, Target Dollar Spot always had these really cute buckets, and I would just grab 3 or 4 each time, so I would make sure I had those for my centers. But inside these buckets, I have everything a teacher would need to run her center or help her kids, besides the materials we're using for the center that day. I've got scissors, a pen, a Sharpie, a hole punch, and I'm going to get into these a little bit later because I love my hole punches. I have a giant little pom-pom and a dry erase marker. And also, you could put these in the bucket, but I don't. This is my second little hack. I have a class list that is printed and it is laminated. So a teacher would have kids come to their center, and at the beginning of the year, or if it's a volunteer or a sub, they don't necessarily know all the kids' names. So they might go, okay, oh, it looks like I've got Amy, Ben, Cora, Evan, Felicity, and they have all the names in the class in purple, which is another thing I do. I color code my classes, and I'm going to do a whole big thing on color coding your classes. And this is another class that's in green. So if I have a volunteer, I'll say, okay, green is my morning class, purple is my afternoon class, and I'll remind them before. So if it's the afternoon and they're doing a literacy center and they want to call some kids over, they call them over, go get like Amy, Ben, and Cora. And then when Amy, Ben, and Cora have come to their center, they cross them off so they know who's left. At the beginning of the day, while we're getting settled, I'll say, oh, it looks like Stephen and Jim aren't here today, so we can mark them off. So that helps someone who is not a regular aide or who is a sub, okay? And those erase with the giant pom-pom, super duper easy. But let me tell you what is wonderful about this. The kids notice what you're doing. They notice everything that you do. So as centers go on, they'll say, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, here's your name, Amy, A-M-Y. I find it and I cross it off. And that lets me know that you, Amy, have been to my center. So as the year goes on, I let them find their name, give them the marker, and they cross their name off. Sometimes somebody wants to be my center helper and they want to check the names off. And I'll let them know, you know what? I just want the kids to check their own name off today. It helps them learn their name, and they love it because they're doing something that the teacher does. This is one of my most effective ways at teaching kids to recognize their names. Their names are all over the classroom, their coat hook, their cubby, their placemat, everywhere. But because this is active and they have to find it, or I have to show them when we talk about the letters, this has been amazing. I started this maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I would never not do it. It's just so great. So now you know why I need a Sharpie and a big pom-pom in my little bucket. So those are my little teacher buckets, and I like it because I go around and look at them and just see, okay, what's missing? Somebody took the scissors and brought them somewhere, so I'll just make sure they always have what they need. And also, you guys, kids find things on the floor all the time. They'll be like, Mrs. Lee, I found this and I can't do anything with it right then, so I'm going to stick it in my bucket. And then I'll clean those out later and put everything where it goes. Glitter is one of my very favorite things. I know people hate glitter. I love glitter, but I'm not going to lie to you and say that glitter is not a giant mess. It's a giant mess. It's huge. It's awful. And you go home with glitter on your face and glitter in your hair and up your nose and everything is terrible. But I found something that makes things so much easier for me. I had giant glitter bottles that I would then fill kind of a medium sized glitter bottle with that you can see at the craft stores and stuff. The kids would always figure out how to open those up and dump all the glitter, or I would cover half of the little circles where they shake them out, and it still was like way too much. They'd pull the tape off and there would just be a lot of waste and a lot of mess. So I found these little tiny salt and pepper shakers. These are itty bitty. They hold almost nothing. And I fill these about halfway full of glitter. They've got the little holes on top, and you sprinkle, and only a little comes out at a time. And what I like about these, they figure out how to unscrew the top and dump the glitter, but there's not very much in here. So I love these. And also, they fit just nicely into a little tiny basket. I don't have this giant thing of glitter shakers like I usually did. And they are glass, but they are really, really, really thick glass. We've dropped these everywhere. None of them have ever broken. I was a little bit apprehensive at first, but I love these. I'm going to put a link to these in my description because you guys will love these. It's nice. And I can just give them to the kids and I don't worry. I'll just set them all out. And I think I bought like 24 in a pack, and maybe they were like $12.99 or $10.99. They were very, very inexpensive. One of my other absolutely favorite things that I've started using are these 4-ounce squeeze bottles. And what I started using these for was liquid glue. I like to make colored glue at the beginning of the year, where I will put like white glue in here and then squirt some liquid watercolor and make orange glue, blue glue, and that's how we practice using our glue. It's just more fun when it has a color. And the Elmer's glue bottles jam up like crazy, and I can't stand them. These are great because they all have these little red caps, and they have a pretty big hole. Let's see, I don't know if you can see that. So when these get jammed up, they're super easy to clear out, and you just get like a big old paper clip or something to jam down in there, and you can unclog it really, really fast. And what else I love about these is they're a really good size for the kids. You can get them smaller than this if you like, for less mess. I have a set in my classroom that is maybe a little bit smaller. I think they might be a 2-ounce or 3-ounce bottle, but I really liked these when I saw these because I can put paint in these and we can do like some fun paint activities. I do a lot of things where I squirt paint on paper for the kids and I let them manipulate it in different ways. But I never let the kids have the paint because I know the entire bottle of paint's going to be gone. But if I only put a little in a smaller bottle, I think I'm going to have the kids do it themselves. And I think they'll get more enjoyment and a little bit more fine motor work also with paint in those. So white glue that you can make colored glue if you want, or just white glue, or your washable tempera paint can go in here really nicely for the kids. I have this really wonderful little cleanup trick for you guys, and this happened by accident. I always put out like starter games and puzzles and things for the kids when they first arrive, and excuse me, we will always have like Legos or things with little pieces that end up on the floor, and getting kids to clean up is horrible. Getting kids to clean things up off the floor is even worse. Well, it was shortly after Easter, and I had a really fun Easter dramatic play with little plastic Easter baskets and, the eggs and the whole bit, and the kids had a lot of fun with those, and those were just kind of on a shelf in my back room. And one day my kids just had their regular morning time where they get to come in and play with things on the tables for starters. And a lot of stuff was on the floor. And we're talking April. Kids are really sick of cleaning up. They're getting tired of school and whatever. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring these baskets out, and I'm going to say that they're the floor baskets. Let me show them to you. So I just have these plastic Easter baskets. I think I called them the floor buckets. Only have 4 of them. 12 kids in the class, so not everybody gets one. It is first come, first serve. But they are so excited to get a basket. But the only thing you can do with this basket is pick up things from the floor and put them in the basket. And they think it's so much fun. And then they take their basket and they sort the things back out on the tables, and then we clean up. I don't have anything on the floor. The kids had a great time. They think they're special. They think they're doing something great. Genius idea. I absolutely love it. In fact, I love this idea so much that I am going to have little seasonal things like this year. I'm going to have some little bags, maybe some little felt shopping bags around Christmas time. I'm not going to do it all the time. I'm not going to do it every week. I'm going to keep it special, but bring them out and I'll be like, who wants a floor cleaning bag, or who wants a floor cleaning bucket? You could get little toolboxes. There's so many things. Just get creative. These were from the dollar store. So, $4 and my room's getting cleaned up joyfully and quickly, and I don't have to twist anybody's arm or do it all myself. I'm trying to think. Oh, one last thing. I love. I think her name is Vanessa Levin, and she is a pre-K teacher. And she's got a ton of videos on YouTube, Facebook, lots of things on Teachers Pay Teachers. She's fabulous. And she does the coolest thing. She has a little drawstring bag. I think hers is bigger than mine, and it might be like velvet or, satin shiny material. And she will introduce her theme of the week by putting something in here and then, pulling it tight and passing it around during circle time and letting the kids feel and use their sense of touch to kind of guess, what is this? And what are we learning about this week? I had so much fun with this, and my kids had so much fun with this during our Zoo Animals Week, because each day we kind of focused on a different animal, and I put a different animal in each week, and we'd pass it around and they'd guess. And what was so cute is I have 3 and 4-year-olds in the morning, and then I have 4 to 5-year-olds in the afternoon. My 3 to 4-year-olds were better guessers than my 4 to 5-year-olds. They got it right so many times just by using their hand to feel the animal. But they loved this. The next week, I think we were doing some assessments or something where this just wasn't going to make sense for the first day of the week, but they were all like, where's the bag? Where's the bag? Do we get to sit in a circle and feel the little things? So I loved this, and I need to thank her from the bottom of my heart. I might even just link to her video where she kind of talks about how she uses this in her classroom, but this was fantastic. It's a great little teacher hack. And in fact, you could do this for any whole group. You could say, hey, we're going to do a little discussion about something and it's in this bag. Let's see. You could have it be, teacher show and tell or something like that. Just use your imagination, mix it up, have fun with it. But I think, let's see, I've got the glue bottles, the glitter bottles, the bucket, the checkoff sheet, and the circle time bag. So those were my 5 favorite little hacks. This one I just started last year, same with the glitter bottles or the glitter shakers. I don't think I would ever not do both of these things again. And I think this came with just magnetic letters from Target Dollar Spot. But I'm on the hunt for maybe something else. But everybody's got little bags at home. You could probably use anything. Anyway, that is that. I am planning on a lot more videos this week about how I do my journals, how I color code my class for the beginning of the year, and a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm so excited to share all of it with you guys. But I hope if you're on summer break too, you're enjoying it, because I know I am. And let's just get ready for the next year, doing a little bit every day, and then we won't be in a panic in August. Talk to you later. Bye.